fabricate this countertop. I call this ghetto fabbing. You know, it's kind of like we're working on somebody's lawn, making a bunch of dust, being messy. It's not really this way you're supposed to fabricate. It's usually done professionally in a shop with all these million-dollar pieces of equipment and stuff. We get these little prefabs, probably made in China, and but making it work, it's gonna look good. So yeah, I got my measurements. I'm just gonna make some cuts and get going. Oh, I can follow my tool, huh? So what I got is a Makita. This is not variable speed, it's Makita. It's gonna run at about 12,000 RPMs or whatever it is, with a P4 blade on it. Guard is removed, duly noted, shame on me. And if you're using these P4s, these thin curved blades, always inspect them before you use them, because they can crack, and if they crack, they'll throw off shards of shrapnel, so check them out. Probably wear a respirator too. I'm gonna go grab mine. Okay, so we got our two sides cut. We got the piece where it should fit in the space. Now we're going to work on the sink. They gave us a little cutout template to go off of. Rectangle sinks are way easier to do than ovals, so if you are trying to do a prefab on your own, get a rectangle sink, make it easier on yourself. And then, so I got everything marked out. Sink center line is pretty self-explanatory. We want it in the middle of the cabinet bay. Sink setback is typically between like 4 and 5 inches. It kind of depends on where you want that to sit. I'm going 4.5 on my setback. That's going to give us plenty of room back here for a faucet and a backsplash. So I just measured it out off of there, the dimensions, and then I usually find something with the radius to draw the radius on there. So I'm using this little Powerade cap, and that's all we need. And when you're using if you're using a Sharpie, you know, we're going to do a little bevel on the top just to knock down the edge, and it takes any of the Sharpie off the quartz. And also acetone will take Sharpie off of quartz too. So I forgot to mention this slab, this prefab, was given to the project by MS International, MSI. They're a global company based out of India. So they have these, probably the biggest natural stone wholesaler on, maybe even on the planet. I mean, they have locations across the country, across the world. If you need travertine, granite slabs, any kind of natural stone, they're really good at. But they also have a good porcelain line. I mean, it's decent. A lot of their products were from China, so that's all kind of been changing around. Their quartz line, I think most of it's going from China to other places around the world, like India, Vietnam, Israel, Turkey, wherever they're going to start making the quartz countertops. But anyways, thank you very much to MS International. Check them out. I'll put a link up here to their website.
We're on.
Okay, so what I got here is an 1 3/8" dry cutting diamond hole saw, and this is paired up with a Metabo variable speed grinder. See, my Makita was 1 speed, this is variable speed. I'm going to turn this down. If you want to see a video detailed on how I use one of these hole saws, I'll put the video up right here so you can check it out, but I'm going to buzz through this stuff pretty quick. Very nice. So I had my speed a little low. I'm gonna kick it up a notch. Oh, right there. You'll get used to how to position yourself. But I always want to be bracing with one arm down. Missed it just a little bit, but that's okay. Beautiful. Last one. I was flying a little blind on that one. I couldn't really see, so I held back a little bit. I can just finish that up with my grinder. So there's a couple ways I can finish this out. I could use just my P4 blade, which I'll probably do, or I have a oh, our hose isn't long enough, huh?
There's another one in the back we can grab that was used for the sprinkler.
I have a little Ryobi 4-inch wet cutter that has a water feed on it, and I have a video on that too. I'll put that up, but I think I'm going to dry cut it because I don't want to deal with getting water and getting it all over me, even though it's a hot day. Gosh, it's probably 95 out right now, but we've got this beautiful easy up. Jason hooked us up, Denver Broncos style, but that's definitely helping us out. So I'm going to go back to the Makita, and I'll see how it goes. If it's going a little rough, I'll switch over to that wet saw, but I'm going to try doing it with this. So. See how clean of a line I got with that. That worked really well. Got a really nice clean line on there. I'm happy with that. So that's probably good. Okay, so now that I got my sinkhole roughed in, got a really nice cut here, we need to polish the inside. So I'm going to take my core bit off. And these core bits are great. Make sure you get one that has the diamonds on the outside here too, because I use that to shape in my corners a lot. After I made the cuts, I use it to shape and get all the way through. and you can get off any of the major burrs. But my 50 pad, my first pad, is going to do a lot of that work too. So I'm going to put, this is a flexible 4-inch backer pad, hook and loop, aka Velcro, but I like the ones with the little flex to them. They have rigid ones and flexible. I like the flexible. I'll put this back on my Metabo. And I'm going to see if I can get through with a 50, 100, and a 200 without any water. And most quartzes you can. I got to put my mask on now. So the 50 pad's going to take out a lot of the major imperfections, smooth it out, and then I'm just going to step up to the 100, then the 200, and polish this thing out. Okay, so the 50 worked great. One of the reasons I like to do it dry is because you can really see the scratches, the gouges as you're working, as opposed to when you're using water. It all looks dark, so you can't see those scratches and gouges. So I go dry as much as I can until it gets too hot, because as you step up in grits, what happens is the epoxy that holds the diamonds on these pads, it gets too hot and it just starts burnishing. It leaves marks on the stone. Those marks will rub right off and they'll come off with acetone or whatever, but they're inefficient too. If they get too hot, they're just inefficient. I'm stepping up to the 100. So you'll also notice I saved my Sharpie line, and as I polish, you know, I'm still taking another 30-second off of it. So yeah, I'll always err on you know, leaving my line when I cut, and by the time I polish it, it takes the line away. So yeah, the 100 went good. Let's see what the 200 does. Well, you could probably cut it. Okay, so we got the countertop all fabbed up. We got the sinkhole cut out and polished. Really nice undermount detail. And so the way I set my undermount sinks, when I have plywood and a laminated edge, I screw plywood underneath to actually hold the lip of the sink. So we got the sink cut out, and then I attach these other scraps of plywood underneath so that when we go in, we're supported. And then after we get the countertop on, we can always wedge up the sink. You know, we can put wedges in between the plywood and the bottom of the sink and suck it up. Or we can put a clamp in a bar and suck the sink up to it. A couple ways to do it. So we're going to drop this countertop in. Hopefully it fits. All right. Rolling. Good. Okay, so day three, right? Day three's a wrap. And today we got the waterproofing, the hydroband cementitious done. I'm so impressed with this prep on the shower. I can't tell you how happy I am and how excited I am to set the panel on it. I don't have any buildup anywhere. Perfectly flat plumb on every wall. It's just, this is going to be a dream. It's almost a shame to set big tile on it because setting mosaics, it would just come out perfect. But yeah, I love this. I'm like so stoked about this. So we got that done, and then we got the countertop fabricated. We're gonna have a little bit of a short day today. It's about 4 o'clock. The wives showed up, they flew in, so they're back at the hotel, so we're gonna go hang out and hopefully go get some dinner in downtown Littleton, yep. Right? Yep. So, yeah, so great day, another great day, day 3. And if you want to see days 1 and 2, check out the video coming up, and I think you'll like it as much as you like this one. But we also got this quartz countertop fabricated, undermount sink put in, and really clean way to do it. Obviously you've probably seen the self-rimming sinks that sit on top. But when you do an undermount, everything just goes in, easy to keep clean. Real nice modern look. And again, another thanks to MSI, MS International, who donated this prefab quartz countertop. Thank you very much. And again, check out those next videos coming up. Last but not least, I love you guys. I love being your tile coach. We'll see you on the next video.